Good morning, everybody who's tuning in. We are live here from Lion Country Safari in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we have some very exciting news. Santa gave us a call a couple months ago, and he said that he wants to come back out and help us host our Christmas with the Chimps again. So you know what that means? I know it's Christmas time, and it's going to be really hard for Santa to be able to get all those presents in. So he's actually going to be asking for some help from all of our students at Palm Beach County School District. But before we get started, we wanted to go ahead and introduce some of our wonderful employees here at Lion Country Safari. So let's go ahead and start. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Jordan Harris. I've been at Lion Country Safari for almost 11 years, 9 of which have been with our beautiful and perfect chimpanzees. My parents actually worked here about 40 years ago, and so I guess you could say being here and working with the animals has been a family tradition.
Hello,
If you want, the microphone is right there, so that way we can make sure that everybody, because the North Pole is tuning in too, so we gotta make sure everybody can hear.
Got it. All right. Hello, my name is Dana. I've been here at Lion Country Safari for about 4 months now, and it's been an amazing experience. And I know the Chimps are going to be so excited to have your help.
And hello everyone, my name's Chelsea. I'm our program specialist and I'll be here 10 years in December, and I'm doing Christmas with the Chimps now for a while here, so I'm super excited to have all join us and help us create those enrichments, because our chimpanzees need those enrichments, right everyone?
Very important.
Yay.
So Jordan, real quick before we get started, how many years have we been doing this with Palm Beach County School District?
I believe with the district it's been 9 years,
Mhm.
and we really do appreciate your help. We have a lot of chimpanzees and they are very high maintenance, and so you guys helping us with the bulk of the work is extremely appreciated. They are very, very needy and they need lots and lots of love, which you guys so generously give.
So thank you all so much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get started with our first video. Then after our first video, we're gonna come back here live again, and we're gonna go ahead and open it up to some questions and answers. And I already know that I already see some questions, so I have a long list of questions that I do have to ask you guys just regarding our Christmas with the Chimps and what we need to be looking out for. So let's go ahead and we're gonna roll the first video there.
Well, Petrick, I'm so excited to be up here in the North Pole at Santa's workshop. Thank you for inviting me.
Chelsea, we're so excited that you're here at the North Pole this year. We're getting ready for our annual Christmas with the Chimps event. I know the elves have been working so hard on all the enrichments. They're so excited for the chimpanzees to open them.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see all the Petrick, where are the enrichments?
I don't know. We're here in the enrichment room. They were supposed to be here. This is where they always go. Hey, you! Do you know where the enrichments are? They're supposed to be right here.
Petrick, you know that Santa gave all the elves off for Christmas this year.
Oh. Santa knows he's not supposed to approve all that vacation time all at once.
I mean, Petrick, you got vacation time last year around the Christmas with the Chimps. It's okay, we can fix this.
You think?
Oh yes, because we have our friends at Palm Beach County Schools that can help us make enrichments for the chimpanzees.
I'm so glad that they're going to be helping us again this year. They did such a great job in the past. Do you think that they could use some reminders on how they can help us make those enrichments?
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're here for, to help you guys make those enrichments and get a step-by-step guide. So why don't we go ahead and do that right now? We have our friend right here, our intern, Miss Amanda, the elf in training. Why don't we bring her in too?
I get to come too? I don't have to sweep floors and clean toilets and do dishes?
We can get back to those chores later.
Oh, yay!
Well, let's go ahead and dive into those instructions. All right, everyone, we have some big news to share with you this year for those of you who have returned to Christmas with the Chimps, who have done it a few years now in the past. We can now use paper products this year. Yay! So that means that you can now use cardboard tubes, you can now use cardboard boxes, construction paper, paper bags. All of that is safe to use this year for our chimpanzees. So we can now, Petrick, actually, if you want to pick up one of those cardboard boxes for me, you can get really creative with these cardboard boxes. Our chimpanzees love to rip up the cardboard boxes. Like, is anything in there, Petrick?
I don't know, but I'll keep trying.
Okay, you keep trying. But you can decorate it like Christmas presents. Some years our students made snowmen. They made boxes on boxes and got really creative with that. But look up some Christmas characters and you see how creative you can get. Work together with your classmates and really see what you can create with those cardboard boxes. I don't even want to know what these two are doing behind me. But anyway, you can also, Teacher, Amanda?
Sorry, you said characters.
I know, but the nutcracker's a little much.
Okay.
Maybe you guys can work on making a cardboard box nutcracker.
That sounds fun.
Okay, all right, keep them busy for a bit. Now Amanda, did you see, I see you picked up that tube there. This is actually a cardboard tube that we decorated, and our chimpanzees really love the cardboard tube. They love to search in there. Our keepers will actually put a lot of goodies in there to see what the chimpanzees can reach in there and find, because chimpanzees love to forage for food. That means they like to search and see what they can find. So, did you find anything, Amanda?
No.
Okay, we'll keep searching. So, our chimpanzees really love cardboard tubes. Now, if you guys find a mega cardboard tube like that, that's great, but if you don't worry. You can just use a regular paper towel tube and decorate that. Our keepers will actually make shakers for the chimpanzees out of these, and they love that. What did you find, Petrick?
Look at this. What is it?
Necklace?
I think it might be a necklace.
Tell you what that is.
It actually goes with your outfit.
Well, look at that. Now, Petrick, even though that looks fabulous on you, it's not a necklace. It is actually a wreath made out of water bottles.
Wow.
I know. Now you guys can actually decorate the water bottles how you would like, and our keepers will put goodies inside for our chimpanzees to reach in there and get. Chimpanzees are really great at figuring out puzzles. So like I said, our keepers will take care of all the food items. You all do not have to worry about putting any food in any of the enrichment. That is for our keepers to do. They know what's safe for the chimps and what our chimpanzees really like. So you just worry about the decorating and the putting it together. But you can see, Amanda, if you want to hold up, oh no, that doesn't fit, Patrick. It's okay. It was a little kid's t-shirt from long ago. But you actually found what you need to put together the water bottles. So you can find an old t-shirt, and please make sure that it's been cleaned. But you can cut it into strips and feed the water bottles through that t-shirt. Please make sure the water bottles have been cleaned as well. And maybe with some adult help, cut some holes at the bottom of the water bottle and just tie that old t-shirt through the water bottle, and you make a Christmas wreath for our chimpanzees. Now you can also use some paper products to make puzzle feeders like a Christmas tree if you want. That can be really creative, where you guys work together with your classmates, make some really neat puzzle feeders together for our chimpanzees. Now the key thing here is that everything we use to make these enrichments is non-toxic. So any glue that you use, any paint, any markers, everything has to be safe for our chimpanzees and is non-toxic.
My stocking's empty.
That's okay, it's for the chimps. Remember we said our keepers stuff everything. But yep, you found a stocking. If you guys want to look online and see if you can find a stocking outline to make stockings for our chimpanzees. And you'll find that we put in our room a chimpanzee like list. It has pictures of all our chimpanzees and what they really enjoy. So that way, if you guys want, you can write little messages to our chimpanzees and our keepers and really personalize your enrichment. What did you find, Patrick? It's always fun when
Santa gives these out when we don't make any mistakes.
Oh, good job!
I think we're in trouble today then.
Yeah, I think so.
But you guys get to make the enrichment, so
I'm so excited. This is always one of my favorite events of the entire year, and I know the chimpanzees are going to love what we make, and especially what the students make, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I do have one really important message for all of our friends at the Palm Beach County School District. Now, that is what we don't want to use when we're making our enrichment. Please do not use any staples and don't use any tape.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do not want to use tape when we make our enrichments,
Yeah.
all right? So please stay away from that because that is not safe for our chimpanzees.
I remember what happened last time. It took me a week to get it all off of me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cedric.
Tape or staples?
Let's move on.
Yeah. All right, everyone. So if you all have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Education Department at Lion Country Safari. That's Ed Reg, that's E-D as in dog, R-E-G, at lioncountrysafari.com. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And we're gonna please ask that once again you limit those enrichments to just a few enrichments per class, or one really big enrichment for your class to work on together. All right, everyone. So thank you, Dietrich. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you all for working together to help our chimpanzees get some enrichment this year for Christmas with the Chimps.
Thanks, everybody.
And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. We hope everyone enjoyed that little video there. So we had some special helpers come all the way from the North Pole that helped us to give you all some ideas for some enrichments that you can make for our chimps. So with that being said, we do have some questions here. And I want to start off by asking Jordan. So it seems like there has to be a lot of enrichments made, but how many chimps do we have here at Lion Country Safari?
So currently we have 17 chimps, and we have 3 different troops of chimps. So these troops each have their own alpha male. So Higgy is our alpha male of group 1, and Bamboo is our alpha male of group 2, and Benjamin is our alpha male of group 3. And group 3 is the group that has both Tonk and Lily, our 2 newest additions to our chimp groups. Tonk is just about 2 years old now, and I believe Lily is not quite a year old yet, but she's getting there. I think she's 7 or 8 months old, but they're growing extremely quickly.
So give us a little bit of idea. What kind of presents do those chimpanzees like? Do they have a preference? Are they really good about sharing?
So chimps are not too great on sharing. They need a little help in that department. But in terms of the presents that they like, each chimp is their own individual person, or chimp in this matter. So they all have their own different tastes. Higgy, he likes big boxes. Blue is his favorite color. Anything blue he has to have. So that's always a good one. It's always nice to have smaller gifts as well as big, kind of a mix of both. The small ones are good for the elves to throw on the Christmas with the Chimp event. The big ones are really fun. We'll leave those on the island, so when the chimps get on there, they can rip them apart. That's always fun. So yeah, a good variety of presents. We want tons of different colors. Just have fun with it. Because when you have fun with it, the chimps, they can see that in the present that you guys make.
So speaking of enrichments, what exactly is an enrichment? Do you mind helping us with that answer? So what is an enrichment and why is it important?
So enrichment with the chimps, it gets them to gets them to interact, think about what they're doing. It keeps their mind busy, and it's exciting for them to be able to interact with. So it's very important that they get enrichment throughout their day to keep them busy and doing things that they might do in the wild.
So I see that we have some more questions rolling in here. We have a question from one of the elementary schools, and they want to know, how old are the chimps, and do you buy presents for them?
Well, like Jordan said, our youngest chimp right now is Lily, and she's a little under a year old. And then our oldest chimps would be Hickey and Jin, and they are 52 years old. So there's quite a wide range in the age of our chimps here.
Thank you so much for that. Chelsea, question for you. So, do we provide enrichments all year round for our animals here at Lion Country Safari, or is it just one time a year?
That is an excellent question. So, enrichment is very important for not just our chimpanzees, but for all of our animals at Lion Country Safari. Like she said, we have to provide it to give all of our animals that mental stimulation, so that way it provides natural behavior. So we give it to all of our animals at Lion Country Safari all year round. Even for something like a reptile, like a snake, it's important. So that's an excellent question.
Thank you so much. And just to piggyback off of that, Chelsea, so I know that we really rely heavily on the students of Palm Beach County to help come up with some of these amazing enrichments, and they're such a huge help for Santa. But my question is, so is it only the chimps that are getting these enrichments, or can some of these enrichments go out to other animals? Because I believe we have over like 900 animals here at Lion Country Safari, so that's a lot of animals.
It's so many animals, and well, Christmas with the Chimps is special for the chimpanzees. We do want them to, feel special and get Christmas with the Chimps for the chimpanzees. If a class wants to make something for another animal, okay, that's fine. We won't hesitate to give something to another animal. That's fine. But please make sure that you follow the guidelines and that you're making sure it's safe for our animals. We just ask that. So, like the video said, no tape or staples or anything like that.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Jordan, this might be a little biased, and I know this might be hard because I know you have a very favorite chimp, but the children would like to know, who is your favorite chimpanzee and why?
I get this question all the time, and I always give the same answer. I find it really hard to have a favorite. They are all special in their own ways. They all have their own personalities. They have all their own quirks that come with those personalities. But a couple chimps that stand out in my mind. Dandy, she's 33 years young, and she very much likes to do our training sessions. She's very eager to do training, so she has a lot of energy that really needs to be worked out. So if I had to pick one that stands out to me at the moment, I would say Dandy, just for how much energy she has how much just how happy she is. But she also, with that energy, does tend to get herself into trouble with the other chimps, and that does sometimes cause some arguments, some fights, which for chimpanzees is extremely normal. I always say birds fly, fish swim, and chimps fight each other.
So speaking of our chimpanzees, I know that we have quite a few. So were they all born here at Lion Country Safari? And the other question is, and this is actually an excellent question that maybe we want to talk about how wonderful the care is that will they go back to their natural habitat in the wild?
That's a fantastic question. So the whole goal with accredited zoos is to educate the public. Climate change is very real. It is destroying our planet. Deforestation is very real. So we need to educate our younger generations to care about our environment, and to do that, you show them how cool these animals are. And it's extremely important that we show people just how beautiful and fantastic these animals are. But yeah, it's a tough job, but it's definitely one that we have to do.
Well, what I would like to also piggyback off of that is how with these animals, when they're in human care, their life expectancy is much longer than how it would be in the wild. And that's a really important thing because a lot of these, all of our animals here, they're getting top medical care. They're getting their top nutrition that they can. And if you were to take these animals that have lived their entire life in human care and put them back into the wild, these animals might not be able to make it very long there. There's a lot of threats out there, so it's very dangerous. So that's why it's so important to have facilities like this and be accredited. We are accredited through the American Associations of Zoos and Aquarium, which is the gold star standard for zoos and aquariums throughout the United States. So that is a wonderful thing. So if you are going to zoos, definitely make sure that you look for that AZA accreditation so you know that you're supporting some amazing care in those facilities.
I would also like to say, for that question of have they all been born here, for the most part, the majority of our chimps have been born here. I believe Higgy, one of our alpha males, he actually was born in California, and he was brought to our facility when he was 3 or 4, I believe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this off to Chelsea to ask is, we have a ton of species here at Lion Country Safari. I don't know if you know off the top of your head how many species we have, but if you can just give us an idea of some of our top species, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, so number-wise, I'm not quite sure of the exact number because we do have quite a few, but I would like to challenge you all to come visit and count them for yourself. But some of our top species, we do have the chimps. Then we have rhinos, zebras, lions, of course. We said snakes, quite a few species of snakes. Alligators and giraffes, of course. And then a bunch more that you all can come visit and see for yourself at Lion Country Safari.
So our next question is coming in from Barbara King, and she wants to know who is Lily's mom and dad, and was she born here at Lion Country Safari?
Okay. So Lily was born here at Lion Country Safari. Her mother is Juniper, and she's a wonderful, great mother to her. And actually, we're not sure on the dad quite yet. It's possibly Ben or Jake, so we'll find that out, in the coming months. But yeah, she was born here.
Thank you so much. And Pierce Hammock is giving us a shout out right now. They said their 4th grade class is so excited to participate in these enrichments this year and to help out Santa. And we're excited too, because last year we were blown away by how unique and creative you all were making these amazing enrichments. So we're so excited to see what you all come up with this year. So give me a little information, because I know that you just kind of started here at Lion Country Safari recently, but how did you even get into this field? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I always wanted to work with chimps pretty much my entire life. Actually about 8 years ago, I got my degree in zoology and decided to start working with chimps. I've worked at a few other facilities and really gotten to learn, these amazing animals. And it's such a pleasure to be able to care for these amazing chimps.
And we're so happy to have you. I see another question that popped up here, and I'll be happy to answer this one. It says, is Lion Country Safari a public park? So Lion Country Safari is open to the public. There is an admission fee, though, and that admission fee goes back into our operational costs to be able to take care of all of these wonderful animals and species here. But we are located in West Palm Beach, Florida. We are a 4-mile drive-through. We've been open since 1967. And what's very unique about Lion Country Safari is we kind of flip the script a little bit. So when you drive through the drive-through park, you're in your own vehicle and the animals are free roaming around you. And it's a really incredible experience. And then after our drive-through safari, which takes about 90 minutes, we have a whole entire adventure walk-through park that you're more than welcome to join. And there's lots of incredible things to be able to do in those parks. So I hope that kind of answers that question there. This is actually a great question that just popped up. Is there anything that the students should avoid when making the enrichments?
So, great question. There is quite a few items that are not safe for the chimpanzees. We want to avoid staples and tape of any kind. That includes masking tape, duct tape, painter's tape, and even the little regular tape. And then anything that's toxic. That includes toxic paint, toxic glue. Basically, if it's safe for a preschooler, it's going to be safe for the chimps. So just stay away from tape. I think that's the thing that we see year round.
And
yeah, just stay
Chelsea,
away from tape.
behind you, there's actually a box right there. Can you show the one Amazon box? I just want to show the students there. So when you're submitting your enrichments, and it doesn't have to just be boxes, but we're just going to show you. You could see all that tape on that box from Amazon there. And I know it's the holiday season, so we're probably getting lots of Amazon deliveries. I know I am at my house. But we want to make sure we're taking all of that tape off of those things there. Yep. Thank you so much. Because we don't want the chimpanzees ingesting that. And then it gets stuck on them, and that's not a really good look. And I know Santa's not going to want to see that either.
No.
So, but we do want to go ahead and start to wrap it up, because I know that you all have to start thinking and brainstorming on some really cool ideas. Chelsea, just give us an idea again. When is the drop-off date for our enrichments this year?
Sure. So the drop-off date is going to be November 24th. And then you can bring those enrichments to our front office. We're going to have a little drop-off sheet for the teachers. Please fill out that drop-off sheet so that way we know what schools participated and also what classes and grade levels. So that way we can give a little shout out on our next video thanking everyone who participated this year. We greatly appreciate all the help. And I know our chimpanzees and our chimp team really do as well. It's a big help.
I know one big thing too that all of our team really appreciated is some of the cards that the students were writing. They were making their own cards to chimpanzees and also thanking the keepers for all of their hard work. And I knew that was very special. So again, we hope to see you all soon with your enrichment. Santa will be coming out to Lion Country Safari to help deliver your enrichment. So I know he's going to be so excited to see what you all come up with. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all back soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great time.